Hi guys, I'm Lisa for wtfLisa Tarot. I get messages through songs. I'm laughing because the song. I'll tell you in a minute. I get messages through songs, so if one earbud in, one earbud out. Like, share, subscribe. Drop a tip, Cash App, wtfLisa Tarot. Shop my store, wtfLisa eBay. It's a random store, because eBay is a random place. I am closed for personal readings. I do have a $5 yes or no tarot reading on wtfLisa Etsy, links in the description. I have Welcome to the Jungle by Guns N' Roses in my ear. Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. I love this song. Don't mind me. It's a thing. Like, when I was a little kid, my siblings were all teenagers and adults. And my brother was super into Guns N' Roses, and he babysat me a lot, which means I was super into Guns N' Roses because he played it all the time. And one of my favorite things he used to do was chase me around the house. He would grab a broom, use it as a guitar, and do this, and just chase me around doing that to Guns N' Roses. And it doesn't sound that funny, but when you're like a little kid, it was like, oh my god, it's so funny. So I only have good memories with Guns N' Roses. In the jungle! But this energy is like, I don't know, some of you could have moved to a new place, or you're just kind of finding maybe the world isn't what you thought. The illusions are dropped, so you're like, alright. Welcome to the jungle. Alright, now that I know what I'm dealing with, here we go. Alright. It's Buffy realizing she lives in the Hellmouth. You know, it's just that kind of energy. I use Buffy references a lot because I used to watch it, but it's like I don't actually remember a lot of the episodes, so it's weird. 5 of Cups. Someone knows, you know, okay, I live in the Hellmouth. It is what it is. How do we make the best of it? Do we put some plants and a nice ficus in the corner of the Hellmouth? 8 of Wands. How do we make this a more pleasant place? Welcome to the jungle. Well, yes, I am aware I'm in the jungle. I don't know why you would put a ficus in the jungle. It's a jungle. Anyway, I'm gonna watch you bleed. And this is energy of how about we don't do that? How about we just go have some tea or, you know, nice drink somewhere and chill? We don't need to watch people bleed, though. What if we didn't do that? Maybe someone's setting in a good example in a bad place. Sit down. Oh, what'd he say? I thought he said sit down. He said so down. This card's sticking out like that. I'm going to take it. And it's a sideways King of Cups. You know, trying to use emotional maturity in an immature place. In some cases, maybe someone's just realizing, you know what am I doing here? I can't teach these old dogs new tricks. You know, I'm trying to make hell a better place, but it's still hell. You can put a nice ficus in the corner of hell, but it's still hell. Just the illusions drop, take it for what it is, and figure out, alright. Instead of trying to make hell a better place, how about we just leave hell? I don't know, lots of different energies here. It is definitely an illusions drop vibe. Someone just kind of realizing maybe you can't make certain places better. Maybe you aren't supposed to. 10 of Coins, Queen of Coins, and Fool. Maybe it's best to pack up your cookies and go somewhere else. I know I keep talking about cookies today. The other day it was werewolves, today it's cookies. Do you know where you are? You're in the jungle, baby. You're gonna die. 2 of Cups. Someone just maybe knows something isn't for them, and it could be past energy too. You were stuck in a very unusual place. I mean, you're trying to make the best of it. You're trying to make the best of things wherever you go, but sometimes you just can't. Sometimes you gotta burn a place to the ground. Not literally. Please do not commit arson or play with matches. But it's more of a metaphorical way. You know what I mean? And then you consecrate the ground before you leave so something new and better can grow in its place. But you're not going to sit around and wait for something new and better to grow in its place. You're going to go on planting your seeds somewhere else. I'm going to pack up my cookies and go. All right. Could also be you're done with a mission. And that mission's complete. You're going to reassignment orders. I have Faith by Limp Bizkit. Some of you are agents of faith. They have agents of Satan. Well, they also have agents of faith, baby. There's a, duality to all things. Well, I guess it would be nice if I could touch your body. I know not everybody. It's time to Sodom and Gomorrah this place and get the fuck on out, Not literally. Give my heart away. Can't save a place, so why bother? 6 of coins. Just chuck it in the fuck it bucket. And then replant. Start over, and 4 of coins. It may take a while. King of coins, you have time to wait for that to happen, so we're not going to wait for that to happen. Seeds were planted, time to move on. Without devotion, well, it takes a strong man, baby. But I love this version. It's like when Olympus gets very few only good songs, and it's not even by them. And I like the George Michael version too. When I was little, I called him the butt guy for the longest time because I couldn't remember his name. I was little, I was like 5 or 6. But every video of him, they always had George Michael shaking his butt, and then they would do a close-up. So he was the butt guy until I found out his name, and then I still think of him in my mind occasionally as butt guy. And then I found out he was gay later, and I'm like, that's an unfortunate coincidence. I call him butt guy because literally it was like, if you watch the Faith video, there's like so many shots of him shaking his butt, which is, whatever. Baby, but I'm showing you that dollar. Now I know it's George Michael, but I always remember people by what I knew them as first. So like I've had certain friends that, they would have a name, like when we were kids, they were Catherine, and then we got to be teenagers and they were Kat, and it took me a long time to call them Kat because I got used to saying one thing for so long. That's another energy here too. Someone wants to believe planting and, waiting for roots to grow and sprout in a place will make sense, but it really doesn't. You get used to an idea, but you just got to get used to something, moon, that's some things take too long to grow. Emperor, moon, 3 of coins, and temperance. Some things take too long to grow. I have heaven as a half pipe, and in some cases they may not grow. Something could just be a dud. If I die before I wake, don't. At least in heaven I can skate. Call a spade and get the fuck out. Seeds are planted, but we can't wait for this to grow. In some cases, seeds won't grow. They can't grow. Same vibe, too, as if you've been dealing with soulless people. They ain't going to grow a soul out of nowhere. It's just not going to happen. You can't teach soulless people anything. You can't teach NPCs anything. But Jesus packing my bong, he says in my ear. And if you don't believe in Jesus or Muhammad or Buddha too, either way, if you realize, you know what, the juice ain't worth this squeeze, it's time to get the fuck out, then get the fuck out. Quit wasting your time. Time is short, and wasting it here, you get nothing. 5 of coins. Nothing will happen with this world. The world's a big place, so if that ain't working, do something else. Strength, 7 of swords. The energy is, you know what? Doing the whole, I planted the seeds, why isn't it growing? 10 of swords. Maybe it's just not going to grow. Maybe it's just time to pack it up, move the fuck on. Sodom and Gomorrah, chuck in the fucking bucket, get the fuck out. Illusions are off. You're waiting for someone to grow up, and it's like, well, if they're like 50 and they haven't grown up by now, they had grown up at all. I die before I wake. In some cases, I do see divine femme. I'm sorry to tell you, be expecting some death soon. Some of those karmic masculines that we tried to help in the past, you can't, and it is what it is. It's a dud garden. However, the example that those karmic set may teach other people, so there'll be a cautionary tale. Seeds are planted. You don't want to end up like that fucking guy. Same vibe to divine masculines, if you dealt with karmic feminines, whoever it is. Take it as it resonates, but I pulled the Queen of Coins, Queen of Cups card, so this is more the divine feminine energies, whether you're masculine or feminine. Physically, that doesn't matter. It's the energy. Divine femme. You planted seeds. Sodom and Gomorrah shit has to rain down, or it did. It's a sad tale, but maybe others will learn from it. Got the skills, he says in my ear. I love this song. I forgot how much I love it. If I die before I wake. 10 of wands, 2 of swords. Chuck it in the fucking bucket. Maybe that garden didn't work, but seeds, page of coins, are planted for someone else, 10 of swords, to avoid that course. So, one person's downfall could be a lesson that saves many. I can't even remember if I pulled other cards. I'm talking so damn much. Some of you are just tired. You want to find a place to rest after the Sodom and Gomorrah shit. Why? Because it's just exhausting. Planting seeds in places where it feels like things don't grow. Then it explodes, but then you find out later the garden that grows after is much better. I don't know. It's a strange energy. But things aren't always pleasant. Clown, witchcraft, soulmates. In some cases, some of you have this weird Buffy vibe. You don't even do anything. You just kind of show up, and then idiots who fuck around just trip and fart over themselves to be an idiot. Shit blows up on their face, and then it's like, okay, why did I need to see this? But whatever. At least in heaven I can skate. It's just the natural cosmic bug zapper. I don't care. I don't care. So you dealt with idiots, overblown ego, and snitch. You're about to find out. Someone's going to tell you. Because I feel like you weren't there for the Sodom and Gomorrah part. You split before that happened. It just kind of happens in the background. You're off planting seeds, Johnny Appleseed or Janie Appleseed. You're still planting your seeds. Meanwhile, hell's breaking loose, and you just know when to get out of Dodge. Maybe don't stay too long in Dodge is another vibe. Get out before Sodom and Gomorrah explodes, and don't look back. You don't want to be salt. Death, when shit hits the fan, you want to get out. I'm not even pulling more cards from that. Some of you, again, some of your karmics. You know, for me, I think I'm at 9 of my karmics that are dead. And most of it is mystery illness or overdose. But generally, mystery illness is what they've gotten. I don't even know. It's just weird. You try to tell them, hey, maybe don't have unprotected sex with gross people. You won't get a mystery illness. And they're like, no, it's great I do this. I'm going to do it more. And then they get mystery illness and die. And it's like, why was it so hard to put on a condom? Like, why? Why do you have to do this? No, I'm going to show you who's an idiot. And then they do. And you're like, why? You could have avoided all of this. In some cases, you warned people. But they're just so determined. Because why? NPCs are programmed to be idiots. So you can't save them. And in some cases, you're not meant to. You're just meant to survive them. Chariot, Ace of Coins, 7 of Coins. You plant your seeds, 9 of Wands. You're meant to survive them. Meanwhile, the world learns a lesson, 5 of Wands. So one idiot could end up saving 4 coins. 4 idiots. And you live to tell the tale, Divine Femme, with this full Queen of Coins, Knight of Swords. You live to tell the tale. Planting seeds. You might not even know you've planted seeds. Maybe you didn't realize you've been planting seeds this whole time. And that garden's about to sprout, and you're going to be surprised.